Hello, this is Krisitina, and today's new episode of KSM Podcast Growing Business Online with Krisitina. And what is super today is that I have my special guest speaker, Paulina Podbiello. Paulina, welcome to the KSM Podcast.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Me too. And am I pronounced your name correctly?
Yes, it's Podbiello. However, I have two because I'm American and Polish. So my American is Podbiello and my Polish is different, but it doesn't exist in English because we have special letters in Polish. So it's Podbiello. So it's kind of hard to pronounce for someone who doesn't speak Polish.
Yeah, nice. And can you tell us a little bit about you? Introduce yourself and who you are and what you do. And you mentioned that you're Polish, that you come from Poland. So yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Polish. I was born and raised in Poland. I left my home country when I was like around 20. I moved to England to do my master's in e-commerce and innovation. And when I graduated with my degree, I moved to US because I won my green card in 2005. So I was very lucky because the funny story about the green card was I wanted to get, into America because people think America is a land of opportunities, which is true. It's probably the best market to be, and because there's always a chance to be successful there, unlike other countries, you have that ability, but I feel in America you have more opportunities to grow your business because of the market and the market share. And when I won my green card, I was trying to fill out the application and my computer froze in 2005, and my friend did it for me. And he won it. So for half of my life, he was saying, "This is not your green card. I want it for you." And I said, "No, this is mine. I actually was supposed to be chosen to be in America."
You must be thankful to your frozen computer.
I know, like who knows? But I feel deep down we have the path that we have to take. So nothing is random. Everything has a purpose and meaning. Like us meeting together, working and creating that, podcast or collaborating. There is a purpose. There is a bigger meaning that we can inspire others to do the same, or inspire them to take action. Right. So I won the green card in 2005. I moved to New York in 2010 and I lived there for 12 years. And I was growing my business there. I had the different jobs, corporate world, American Express, different, organizations as a freelancer, but it didn't fulfill me. And I knew deep down that's not my path. My path is to help people heal themselves and inspire them to do something so they can see who they are on the soul level and really tap into their true potential and discover themselves.
And this is really amazing because you said that you graduated in e-commerce.
Yes.
And what triggered you? Yeah, you said that you wanted to help people to heal their, just to know about their soul, to move forward. But what triggered you to start business in the area of healing, just to share with us for our listeners who will listen that, and maybe they will be inspired by your story,
Yes, so the safest option for me at that time would have been to, have an e-commerce degree and follow the path. And a lot of my friends from university, they have corporate jobs. They are like CEOs or they managers or they directors. And that's easier path because, we were trained to be that. I didn't really align myself with that because I didn't like the corporate world and the environment of, I don't want to say in a negative way. You have to play a lot of games when you're in corporate world. And I'm too honest and too blunt and too transparent. So for me, I was too vulnerable and too raw for that environment. So I didn't really belong there. So I was looking for a different way to find myself. How can I contribute? How can I make money? How can I become the best version of myself? And I discovered yoga in 2016. Actually, I discovered it earlier, but I was feeling that yoga is boring because I was very restless living in New York City. I couldn't relax. I was like very chaotic and, very busy bee. But in 2016, when I discovered yoga, I started getting deeper and deeper. It was an 8-month program. It was all about the community and learning about myself. And slowly I started, following that path of self-discovery.
Yeah, and this is really nice, because as I was in corporate, I work in that area. And 2010, I started my team for the web and graphic design, and after that, I started as a digital marketing coach. But I felt that I didn't. I'm not in line with that, because I love I love freedom. I love to speak to people. I love to choose who I do really wanted to help, to support, and to have a freedom to engage. As you can see, I travel around the world in front of my computer for the last 12 years. And this is how in KSM podcast is really to help people. This is from my, as a heart-centered entrepreneur, it's just developed from my heart and developed from my love to speak to people and support people and help them. And the point of this podcast is to help people to move forward, to grow online, And this is what I love to do, and I know that you are also in the area of online space to work with people. That's nice.
Yes, and it's really important what you said. It's interesting because I have my stone. This is emerald green, and it's for the heart chakra. It's to open the heart, and I set the intention before our meeting to open the heart, so I can give from the heart, so people can connect on the heart space and they can follow their heart, their passion, their purpose. Because a lot of times people, when they go into corporate world, they don't know what their passion is. They're being told what to do and they don't really discover who they are. And my goal is to help people discover who they are on a soul level, who they are deep down in the heart. Like, what do they do effortlessly? Like for you, it's effortlessly to connect with people. For you, it's effortless to help them because it comes from the heart. No one's telling you to do. You have that urge that's deep inside of you. And that's what I want people to feel, that they want to wake up every morning. It's like, who am I going to help? How I'm going to contribute? How I'm going to change the world? How I'm going to make a difference in my life and other people's lives, right?
When you make a difference in your life, you're capable, you have ability to move forward and to help other people and show up with your experience and with your example. And you really, as you said, in corporate space, people we have some rules, we have some directions how to do it. And sometimes people, when they graduate, I was talking on one it was 300 students in front of me, and it was in person. I was talking in 2018, and it was like break your limits. And the problem was how when students graduate, when they finished college, graduated on universities, on which kind of education may be, and they don't know what to do. They wait for someone to give them job, to help them, but they don't know. And it was in that time I was talking about it, how to help themselves, how to start their business journey, not just online, offline journey, and if they have business idea, how to make decision to start there, because if we don't try, we have never know how it's going to be. Sometimes we learn from our failures, because sometimes we are ups and downs, but all those failures can help us to move us forward in terms to know if we are not. I can think that I know to swim, but if I don't swim, there is no way to know how it's going with this, and this is like an example. So this is so important for people to know who they are. And in this world, there are amazing entrepreneurs, there are amazing potential entrepreneurs who just really have amazing ideas to move forward. And I'm congratulating you. Congratulations on your decision to move forward and to do what you love to do and to discover who you are and to help other people to discover who they are and who they want it to be. Sometimes they don't know. They need someone to lead them, to move them.
Yes, and what you said is very important, because sometimes it's just that person that can believe in them and inspire them to take that first step. so they can start going forward. And sometimes we don't get that from our parents, because sometimes our parents are very judgmental and they want to keep us safe. So they say, oh, why would you risk it? There's too much risk. Just stay safe, get a job, stay there for 50 years, have your pension,
and go
and
to
die.
retirement and then start working. There are people like this, 60 plus, and they started something new, because
Yes.
there are many different people in this world.
Yes. So I feel that it's really important to have people like us to show the younger generation to really open themselves up, to explore, to take, steps forward, maybe fail, maybe learn something from it and take, a different route or a different direction, but at least regret something that you tried than regret that you didn't.
That's really nice. And as you said, you said about your background, and when you started 2016, as you said, yoga, can you share with us how it was that? And you started that in New York City and then get back to your country, and how do you work with your clients? Can you share with us, just for our listeners who will listen, KSM Podcast, this episode with you?
I started in 2016 when I graduated from Bhakti Center in New York City, in Manhattan. It's East Village area, not far from my home when I used to live there. And it was challenging. So I had to moonlight. I had to have other jobs. Like I used to do events, and I used to do experimental and experiential marketing with different marketing companies, which was fun and which was very, engaging. But it was something that was distracting me from my business, because after doing events, I wasn't able to fully focus. So COVID helped me tremendously, because since 2018 till 2020, I was, having part-time job to, pay my bills and grow my business as a part-time thing. And then COVID happened, and I was forced to be within, and I started thinking of, a way, how can I contribute? How can I grow my business? How can I do it more, online full time? Because there are no option to go outside and do what I do. So during COVID, I grew my business. I started working with different people, partnerships, different programs, having people from all over the world, which was my passion, because I'm very international, living in New York City for so many years. I got used to different languages, different cultures, different food, types. And having that opportunity because of an online space, it's huge, because every day I get to talk to people either from Australia or South Africa or Asia, Canada, obviously America, or even Europe. I have Spain, I have France, I have Poland, where I currently reside. And it really makes my day to connect with someone through technology. And technology is amazing for allowing us to do that, to connect. And at the same time, I know there is no physical contact because we're seeing each other on screen, but there's no separation because we're all one. When we look on the energy level, there is no distinction between physical or non-physical when you look on the bigger picture, right? And obviously I would love to be next to you and hug you and like touch you, right? And then be with you, in that energy. But if we don't have that, we still can connect through our phones and have similar experience, or even have better experience sometimes, because we can focus more. We're not that distracted maybe, and we don't have external things that are pulling us away from this meeting, right? If you're sitting somewhere and there's a loud music or there's something going on around you, right?
Yeah, that's true. And in truth, that we connect on that way, thankful to technology, and to connect like not in person, but it kind of like how we are now at the moment when we are talking now, but with wish to move forward and to meet in person, which is so amazing. Yes. Because I'm in online space more than 13 years, and I really had one lady from Australia and after 10 years we're in connection, and she opened my some way market in Australia, and she was my guest speaker, and it was amazing just how you can nurture your connections, just to be hello, how are you doing, sometimes we don't just ask for them, and people love to talk, people love to when you ask them, or is it a birthday, or just send them regards or whatever may be, and we are really on that way to are in that such a global community, just
Yes.
to nurture all those connections and to build community and to support each other, which is so huge and very very valued. I mean,
Yes, and I believe at the end of the day, we're all the same. We might have different problems, but at the end of the day, we all want to be connected. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be loved. We are going back to that unconditional love and creating that, energy from heart space of the heart chakra, of knowing that, I love you on a soul level. You're my soul sister. And on a bigger, scale, we are connecting on that level, right? Because I work on 3 levels, which is the physical, the asanas, yoga, the movement of the body, then the mental, meditation, resetting your mindset, right? Or calming your monkey mind. And then on a soul level, that we are all one. We're coming from the source. If you believe in God or the universe or the source, we're coming from that. We're just conscious collective, and we are one.
Yeah, this is so true. Either that we're in online space or in offline space, we're really with people who are heart-centered oriented entrepreneurs, and people who just have such a higher mental level in terms to connect with people and help them and support. But either that we just we have the same vibration, because we cannot work with everyone, because that energetical level is so important. Who is in front of you? Does that person resonate with you? And this is that level, this is that vibration, because we need that to move into it. Either that we wanted to build a friendship in our personal life, private life, or build that relationship in business, which is so important. And I just so recognizing that I really nurture my connection and always wanted to help them. And my clients are like my family, just because we overcome all those kind of relationship in business and move sometimes in friendship relation, to know about each other, about the kids, what they do, or this on some of they are open to connect, and something has that maybe we can help each other in that healing level, what you do. And can you tell us a little bit about your healing? I was on your one of your session, and it was amazing. So can you tell us a little bit what you do? I know, but for listeners, they don't know. They will be amazing. They will be amazing with your story. How do you do that?
So I work on 3 levels, as I said. So yoga is my primary leg. I have business that's consisting of 3 legs. So the first one is yoga, which is the physical practice. So if people have physical pain, if they have stiffness or problems with their hips, they're not open, or spine, we work on that. So the physical level is to stretch, to move, to get into the body, to feel that freedom, feel a little bit more, open, right? So that's the first one. The second one is mind. So through meditation, conscious breathing, and also combining with the movement, we are resetting their mind. So they're dropping into the heart, they're dropping into the body, so they can remove the chatter or the monkey mind and be more into the heart space. So they treat their body as a temple that is very intuitive and has a knowledge that can guide them through the gut feeling, right? So that's the second level. The third one is the soul connection. So through the breathwork session, and that's the neurodynamic breathwork session that I'm leading, one-on-one or in group settings, that's the one that you experienced. That's the one that we're connecting to the soul. And because of the breath, we're born with the first breath and we're dying with the last breath, right? So we're in the cycle and the circle. So the cycle of life is the breath, right? And through the breath work session, people get to experience who they are on a soul level. They get to tap into their higher, like conscious collective. Also relax on the physical body, when it comes to the physical body, relax, release the tension, release emotions that are stuck in the body, release any pressure. So their nervous system is rebooted and reset, and they can really tap into that higher frequency and feel that they're one with themselves and they're one with the universe. So it's an amazing session. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from people that they love the session because it helps them on so many levels, to physically relax, to mentally reset, and to connect on the higher level soul connection and the consciousness, because we're tapping into that.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm inviting all your listeners who will listen this episode with Paulina, and I really experienced that breathing. How did you say?
Breath work.
It was breath, and it was really amazing. And I think that from that time, it was, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, one month ago. I feel like that I was much more open and I released myself and released my energy, and it was just amazing. And I would love to do it again, just to, so yeah, that's really nice.
And I remember you said something that you felt that you were one with the stars. Like you started tapping into the consciousness of like, you were like a universal child, or the child of the universe. Remember you were talking about the galaxy, or the connecting to the stars, and then being like seeing yourself through this bird's eye view, like not being your body, like being the spirit, and opening yourself up to experience yourself through a new lens.
Yeah, this is because we are all in this kind of space and universe, and we are all in connection. Just we need to discover that. And this is like such a good feeling, especially to the end of the day when we are so tired of some daily obligation and move there and, go out, work at the office and, just to speak to people and handle many, from kitchen to any with kids, whatever it may be. But yeah, this is something true, and we really deserve that, to release ourselves and to know who we are, just to be honest.
Yes. But I also feel it's just a rebirth. It's a reset, that this is your time for yourself. Like a lot of women, when I work with women who have children, they don't allow themselves to charge their batteries. They give on empty cup. They have to fill their cup first. And that comes with a lot of different things, like they don't feel like they deserve, they don't have time because they're constantly busy. There are a lot of mental blocks that they are experiencing. However, when they trust the process and they give themselves that 1 hour, more or less 1 hour, they really see the results. And obviously the best is to practice consistently, once a week, or twice a month, or something like that, so you can see the progression and you can see how it's changing and how it's helping you, because it's another tool. My goal is to give people different tools and teach them how to use them, so they can have a session with me, experience what it feels like, and then practice a little bit on their own, so they can come back again with that knowledge and experience and go deeper with me into a next session.
That's nice. And how people can connect with you? What is your favorite platform on social media, and how people can connect with you, just for listeners who will listen, that they can connect with you and get session and schedule session with you, which is so amazing.
So I love my Instagram. That's my primary social media channel, and my Instagram handle is Yelaya, which is Yelaya. Yelaya. It's actually from ancient Egypt. It's a warrior of light. So the name stands for a warrior of light. So I'm a warrior of light. I want to shine the light upon people who are working with me, so they can face their shadow and transcend and go into the light. So from the spiritual perspective. So Instagram, they can check my website, which is yogiofnyc.com, or my Facebook, which is my first and last name. They can message me privately if they feel like they want to connect with me through Facebook.
Yeah, that's nice. And I will put all your information below the video. This is going to be in my Facebook group, but also it's going to be in Amazon, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, on public radio. There are many of them. I will put that also to. I wanted to spread KSM podcast and to help my guest speakers to move forward and to be there are many to have a bigger audience to listen their voice and their story. And how can you explain us when you work online, who is your ideal client? Who do you work with mostly? Let's say, and I know that you mentioned once that you work with people who are working as with managers, or people who are so busy on a daily basis, and just who is your ideal client? Who do you work with, and what they can expect, and what are opportunities for them to be your clients and work with you?
So thank you for that question. So I work with busy entrepreneurs, because I know being an entrepreneur, and we were talking about that earlier today, we have to wear so many hats that we sometimes forget that we have to breathe. So my goal is, because I know how it feels, and I have my own coach and I have my own healers to, help me to feel better with yoga or breathwork or other things that I do. I'm targeting busy entrepreneurs who would like to have, short and quick, depending what's the availability, but probably they don't have, that much time. So short and quick sessions that can help them to reboot, reset, and really go back to their day-to-day, operations. And I also do corporate trainings in person here and online. So I go to different offices where you have 200 people or 300 people, and I create those powerful meetings for 15 minutes. People can stand up, do a little bit of stretching with me, breathing, and then go back to their computers so they can feel more productive and have a fresher perspective on the problems that they're trying to solve.
Yeah, this is nice. And before we ramp up our podcast today, do you have some kind of final message for people who wanted to start business, maybe, or how as you've done, just they don't need to work just to work. They need to do what they love to do, and you're here to help them to discover themselves, to move forward in terms of either is it life or business.
Yes. So my biggest advice would be, I know this is going to sound very harsh. We're all going to die. It's just a matter of time. So why do you want to waste your time working for someone else and helping them have a better life while not enjoying yourself to the fullest?
Yeah, and life is too short, to be honest.
Yes.
I know one of my friends who was my guest speaker as well last year. And he said always, he is a life coach, and he said, life is too short. So we're here to create better life. We're here to create a better place for ourselves and to place for all people in the world.
Yes, and I feel there are two things that can help people to make that decision: the sense of community connection and support, because that's something that can help us, long term. Because you can start your business, it's great, you can have that energy, but what if something happens and you lose your health or something else? Who do you lean on? Who do you call? Right? It's like Ghostbusters. Who do you call?
Yeah.
So having that support system can help to start that business, to make that move, and finding a person that can encourage you, or finding one mentor that can, show you what you need to do so you can eliminate that fear or you can eliminate that resistance, and that can help you really step into your power and feel that you can do this, because if the person you're being coached by can do it, you can do it too.
As Bob Proctor said, if I can do it and you can do it.
Yes,
that's really true.
I was
That's
actually
really
thinking about him. I was actually thinking about him.
Yeah,
He's been an inspiration in my life.
yeah,
So
yes, yeah. And Paulina, it's, I asked you many questions and I felt amazing talking to you today. It was such a pleasure having you on KSM Podcast Growing Business Online with Krisitina. And I'm super happy and I'm super excited to have you as my special guest speaker.
Oh, thank you. This means a lot. I got goosebumps, so thank you. It came from the heart, so thank you.
It's really came from the heart. Thank you so much. And you will be again a guest speaker anyway, because I have more special guest speakers who were once or twice or 3 times guest speakers. Thank you so much. Have such a lovely day and see you very soon. And bye for now.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.